Currently we're considering a lot of green or ephemeral interventions. So we kind of started off in this place where this one sculptor leaves little ice sculptures around the city, and then they melt and they're gone, and they're totally situationalist little figurines of humans that Quadrant shared with us. And then here's a bunch of things that have been inspiring me that people have been doing around, and then we went off from there. So starting off with, there's a woman in Guatemala that's been doing pothole gardens, and someone in England as well has been doing pothole gardens. Every spring there's this situation where the roads degrade and they're really dangerous, and so a way to bring public awareness about it is to plant a beautiful little garden. Sometimes there's little books and like a little chair there and a little situation happening, which is totally bizarre because they're going to get pummeled by a car. But what ends up happening is sometimes the motorists are just avoiding them because they're so beautiful, which is kind of weird in its own self. And then something also very interesting, oh maybe I'll go here, hanging string gardens. There's a group out of Holland doing these amazing, they're just making these hanging balls that they'll plant with things and make the dirt, and then they have to be out in nature so that the rain can get to them, but it's a way to create gardens that people can't steal or they're out of reach of the general public. Different methods of inoculation. So we were looking at the concept of helium balloons with seeds in them, like
cool.
biodegradable helium balloons with indigenous seeds that once it pops or comes down, it will do its thing. Or it could be even water balloons embedded with moss inoculation with like beer, buttermilk, moss combos, and then launching them. This is something that Sarah Hay and I have been talking about for 6 years. We've been so wanting to make these like rocket launchers for moss balls, and then have like posses that go all over the city making green roofs. And like it'd be very cool if you could do it all from like somewhere where you could see it from SkyTrain when you go by or something like that. Another concept not new, and seed bombs. So seed bomb is basically some type of compost or manure, clay, and then seeds, and it's all embedded together and made into like this little ball, and then you toss those out. It has enough clay to attract water and feed itself the water, and it's enough dirt coverage that those seeds inside will be fed from the compost and then become these little mini little gardens everywhere, and you don't have to follow up with making sure that they're covered with dirt. You don't have to go and scratch out the seed and then put the seed in and then cover it. They kind of act as their own, so you can just toss them all over the city. So different methods of inoculation. Moss graffiti, there's some really cool things happening. This is a really great September or fall project where you can literally paint on the same type of moss and buttermilk and beer inoculation paste, and then you go around spritzing them for 2 weeks until they start, and then they're good to go. Puddle gardens, we expanded from this concept into the idea of puddle gardens. Cattails are really great for phytoremediating like heavy metals out of gasoline, so that could be a concept.
Year over time.
Chain link fence gardens.
Hey. All right.